Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Should have done that the other way around. I'm Matt from Taiwan and Asia Life, and today I'm going to take you through 6 properties in a region or a district in Taipei which has one of the most expensive real estate in Asia. That district is Daan district, and the criteria I'm going to be looking at is properties that are close to Daan MRT, under 1,000 meters, so less than 1 kilometer away. I'm going to go through 2 properties priced between 10 and 20,000 NT a month, 2 properties priced between 20 and 30,000 NT a month, and 2 properties priced from 30 to 40,000 NT a month price range. I will be talking in NT, New Taiwan dollars, so you can do the currency exchange for your country and you can get yourself in that habit of doing so already for when you get yourself here. Remember, if you do need assistance, support, finding an apartment to rent when you're arriving here in Taipei, or if you're already living in Taipei, get in touch with me at matt.taiwanlife@gmail.com. I'll give you a price list of the services because you do have to pay for it, and tell you what I can help you out with. Anyway, without further ado, let's get stuck into these properties. And the first 2 are a little bit nasty and disgusting, but I'm following the criteria I set. Let's get into it.
I'm starting off just showing you a picture of the Taipei metro map, the MRT map, okay? And Daan is here. Now, the reason I just chose for properties within 1 kilometer of Daan is because Daan district just does go around Daan Park, around Dongmen, a little bit Guan, and then comes around a little bit into the brown line and goes up to a bit of the blue line as well. But it is kind of the main area of Daan because it's Daan MRT. Likely to be one of the most sought after areas. So if you see really bad properties, it's because the properties are really expensive there. And it's just really close proximity to downtown. You are downtown. So look, there are many variables to this. You can get amazing, better properties, better value in different areas of Daan district, but I'm going right near the MRT, which is here, to show you on the map what I mean about Daan being downtown. So as you can see, Daan district here is the red line. It outlines it cutting across here, and it comes down all the way here, all the way here. Okay, so the district is quite compact, and this is Daan here. So if we zoom out on the map of Taipei, you will see in the grand scheme of things that you are right downtown next to 101 districts, all the shopping districts, 101 districts, Xinyi district where 101, Taipei 101 is here, the banking districts, shopping districts, nightlife, you've got everything there you need, okay, with a lavish lifestyle. However, you may end up, depending on your budget, being stuck in an alleyway in an old building with no stairs, but that's your choice. And you can still have a lavish lifestyle. Everyone has their own expectations. So that is the MRT map. That is the map. And I'm going to start off now. Now, the first 2 are shocking. These are the apartments what are in the 10,000 to 20,000 NT range. But for what you get now for the price is disgusting. I'm just showing you, not because I'm trying to help you, because you probably wouldn't mind getting this. I'm showing you an example of how expensive and the value is in this area, what I've said, because it's ridiculous. So we're talking about 18,000 NT now, okay? So nearly at the top range of the budget of 10 to 20,000 NT. 18,000 NT. Look, I can do that quickly in Great British pounds. That's around £450. Okay, so £450. In different areas of Asia, I say it all the time, even different areas of Taiwan and different cities, you're getting a nice apartment with at least a bedroom somewhere. But this is what you're getting. And I just can't believe, and I was talking to someone about this, so I talked to a lot of people about this. just the mentality of people to think it's all right to put really dirty and crappy photos with dirty mattress and dirty curtains on a website. And it just shows you how the mentality of some people, yes, you get that in every country, but it just doesn't make sense. And it's dirty. There's no pride in it. But anyway, let me show you some more detail. A quiet alley across from Taipei University of Education with elegant studio apartment. Let's see how elegant it is. Let's see the elegance of this. Now it's 2 floors and it's the top floor of 2 floors, which means possibly it's not going to be very noisy and there is going to be possibly a rooftop or a little bit more space. Now, this is actually close to science and technology building, okay, which is actually not a bad location at all. Let me show you on the MRT. So technology building, really good location. On the MRT map, it's here. It's just one down from Daan district, from Daan MRT, okay? So it's super close to technology building. The annoying thing is if you are going to be using an MRT, it is on the brown line, so you have to travel to get on the red line first, but you could just cycle or get a bus across onto the green line as well if you're in the university around this area, or if you want to be in the downtown area where everything is happening. So in terms of that, not a bad location. You are downtown area. You can potentially see Taipei 101 from where the apartment is. Now, 18,000. It says it's 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Now, if they rent it to students, maybe you can rent it per bedroom, but you can rent out both bedrooms. It's got refrigerator, washing machine, air conditioning, water heater, bed, wardrobe, so it is furnished, and 1 balcony. Okay, yes, each room can be rented 9,000 per person, so you can rent it out for 18,000. I'm not going to go into too much detail because you probably wouldn't want to rent this. I'm just showing you an example. So this is one of the bedrooms. It looks like somebody's kitchen. Okay, there's a desk and there looks like a single bed. There's a little tiny jail window with a chest of drawers and a mattress, which you probably would need to change. There's a bathroom or some kind of toilet. It looks like the shower is going to be right on the toilet. And remember, this is what you're getting for 18,000 if you want the whole place. There's another bedroom. I don't know if there's any window in there. It looks like a kitchen again. And the it it doesn't look like there's any cooking facilities or kitchen, but it's or unless that is the kitchen, but it looks like someone's bedroom. It's just horrendous. It's just horrendous. So I'm just showing you, like I said, and you got an outside balcony area. I'm showing you what your price gets you. Look, on the outside area in the balcony, this is the cooking area with the refrigerator. Okay. So for 18,000, if you did want your own space and not a lot of noise on the rooftop with rooftop space, there you go. That's what you get near Technology Building and Daan MRT. And you're thinking, why are you showing me this? I'm showing you this just so you can see the kind of thing you're going to be working with that kind of budget. Okay. Now on to the next one. Between the price range of 10,000 and 20,000. 10 to 20,000 is 18,500. This one says 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, 1 bathroom. Now it is 5 floors and it's a top floor, which means it's a rooftop. Now, if you do watch previous videos I've done, rooftops can be illegal, not all of them. And some of them are just the top floor of the building, but some of them are additional built rooftops. Okay, so this could be just the top floor of the building. Again, it's a very old building. It looks very run down, not very attractive with dirty mattresses and everything. But again, I'm just showing you an example. And after this, I will try and find a livable one or an okay one. This is in the same area next to Technology Building. Okay. So as you can see, Daan District, Daan MRT is here. Technology Building here, and it's in the middle. Look, it's superb location. You can't grumble at that. Location, you're gonna be looking at Taipei 101 towering over you when you step out. Okay, you're in downtown if you want to be in that area of nightlife. Neither of these have got elevators, so this is stairs. You will have to walk up the 5 floors of the stairs. And just looking, look, you have got not bad bit of space, whether or not you want to live in such an old building, okay? But look, if you want to put your own furnitures in and everything, you could potentially make it nice. Location is super, I'm telling you. The location is superb. They've got some kind of fan here, which, look, the top floor in older buildings can get very hot, which means the electricity bill is going to be higher. As you can see, you have got some kind of window here, but it does look very run down. Look, what I was saying about just the quality of people's thinking, and look, I'm just showing you. It's not my opinion. You can see it with your own eyes. It's fact, okay? The mattress looks dirty and the windows look dirty. Um, and that's all it shows. It doesn't show you any of the bathroom or the kitchen area. So we're not really trying to sell you on this at all. So what I will try and do now is show you, because that's quite depressing. I'll just try and cheer myself up a little bit. 29,800. So this is now going into the next tier where you're probably not going to find anything livable for a budget of 10 to 20,000, as you just saw. You definitely won't find an elevator building. So now this is the next budget tier of 20,000 to 30,000, but this is at the higher end, so it's not even close to 20,000, as you can see, 29,800. It has an elevator, so you can just see the difference. Okay, so you can see the difference in budget for this area because now you get an elevator. Now, this is one of the properties which is quite common. They try and charge you more and say they've got a bedroom, but it's basically a bed space above the living area, and they have these weird little steps. A lot of buildings do it, which try to claim a bedroom, so look out for that. It's a 12-floor elevator building, and this is a 5th floor. I'll just check. You are 211 meters from Shini Anhua MRT, which again is great location. The Taipei 101 is going to be right on top of you, I'm telling you. So there's Daan station, there's Shini Anhua. Did I say Anhe or it should be Anhua? Shini Anhua, downtown area, super downtown. And let's just see where it is on the map. Oh yeah, you're right, close to the MRT. Okay, so you can't grumble at this location whatsoever. I'm just going to check. Now, it is an agent. Remember, if it is an agent, you are going to pay half a rent for the agent fee. Okay, so you will need 2 months deposit, 1 month rent, and then half a rent for the agent. And there's a management fee of 1,500, so that's for like reception and security. So that actually takes it above the 30,000 tier mark. However, look, it's priced at 29,800. So I will class this as 20,000 to 30,000. Let's have a little look. I'm not going to look at the video because they're really cheesy. It has got nice natural sunlight. It does look clean, which is a positive. And it comes really well furnished with a cute little kind of minute, if that's a mini fridge, if that's a word. It looks like we've got a TV as well. Okay. High ceiling, but remember the bed is going to be above the ceiling. This is another view. Got the, it's nice. Look, it's, but yeah, do I want to be paying this for this price? Personally, no, but some people, depending on budget, you know, they might fancy this because the location is almost unbeatable. Some people may say unbeatable. You are going to have these steps, which isn't great if you're a sleepwalker, but it looks clean, it looks plush, not bad, but it's not huge. You haven't got a lot of storage space. Here's another view. As you can see, gives you a better view of the size now. Little kitchen area in the entrance area, so you will be able to put a hot plate there or something like that. And this is the upstairs area. So actually, the upstairs area isn't bad depending. Yes, so that's a close peg. So normally, I forgot to add, with these upstairs areas, some of them you have to go down on your knees. So it's not worth it because you're crawling around to get to bed and then, yeah, it's not ideal. So if you can kind of see, this is how high the bed is, and they've got a wardrobe here. Some people may still not be able to stand up fully. But look, it's a nice bit of space, extra space here. Quite cozy. Also, you might get some noise from above because some of the buildings, or a lot of buildings, especially across Asia, are not well insulated, or that insulated, earthquake proof, which means material is a lot thinner. But that looks like a nice area, to be honest. Wardrobe and the bed is actually at the back there. So yeah, sleepwalkers are okay. You're pretty safe. Not bad area at all. There's a different view. Yeah, a bit of natural sunlight as well. But it looks like they've got new air conditioning units as well. But it looks like you're not going to be able to stand up straight, but you're not crawling on your hands and knees either. That's really cute, to be honest. Really nice. And walk-in shower, it looks like it is. It's an elevator building, but an older building. It's not a brand new building, but they have revamped it slightly. A nice walk-in shower. They've obviously done some work to that. Separate toilet, which is good. You've got the people taking photos of themselves in the mirror. There's a kitchen area, so you can get a hot plate. Okay. Look, it's just clean and pleasant, I would say. But the budget, not my cup of tea. Now, right, the one I've come to now is a bit more reasonably priced, between 20 to 30,000 tier. It's 23,500 NT a month. Now, it is not an elevator building, and you're on the top floor, the fifth floor again. So you can find some bargains at a good price, but you do have to accept something else. For example, here it looks nice and new, but it's going to be an old building with no elevator. However, for the price, which is really good for the location because it's close to Lujanglia, Lujangli MRT. I hardly say this location, so I probably got it wrong. But there you go. You're a little bit further from Daan, but you're really close and you're still in Daan district, and it is under 1,000 meters. So it is under 1 kilometer from Daan MRT. Now let's just have a look at the actual location. So here is technology building, what the previous properties are around, and you are here. So again, superb location, just up the road, and you're right in the mix of everything. You're right in downtown. This could be a really good bargain, and it's close to the 10 to 20,000 range, being just over 20,000. And because it's an older building, there's no management fee, which means there's no security or reception, but there is an agent, so it will be half of the agent fee. Now, if you're looking, you can see right away that they've redone everything and it's got bright natural sunlight, but it is saying it's 1 bedroom, 1 living room, which is a cute, sneaky way of saying basically it's just an open space. That's it, just for one space. So this is your living space. It looks like they've got a refrigerator here. You've got a small desk. You've got some storage here and a double bed. At least we've got a new mattress. Surely that is just what you expect, I would have thought. But the natural sunlight looks really, really good. And it looks like they've got new air conditioning units. You've got built-in wardrobe space. Not bad. But you do have to make sure that it isn't on the top floor with just a corridor with lots of different basically one big house what's just been split up into one room. Okay, so beware of that. It feels like you're just living in some kind of house share, but you have got your own space here. There's another view. Look at that. Beautiful natural sunlight, and it looks like you got outdoor balcony as well. Amazing. So look at that beautiful outdoor area because you are on the top floor. Okay, so again, just be careful that it is if it is in an illegal rooftop area, you still live in it, but yeah, some people will try that, and your electricity will be higher. That is a superb area though for your laundry and to sit outside. You've got washing machine for the price, not really bad. Take away the teddies. You don't need a teddy in the shower. So you got a walk-in shower, but it's pointing away from the toilet at least, and you got the teddy is it Eeyore on the toilet if you want. And you have got separate space for a bit of a dining room area, okay? Now, overall, because of the space, I'm guessing I may be wrong, but this could be an added built on top of the building area because there's more space. The electricity will be higher in the summer and it can get really cold in the winter, but overall, and that's a really nice big fridge. Overall, it's furnished. The location is superb and it's cost friendly if you are on a budget. You got amazing natural sunlight as well. Amazing natural sunlight, and the location, yeah, for the value is super. Okay. But please do remember around that last one, the price range around 23,000, you can find ones in that location for 23, 24, 25,000. But you will have to accept something which isn't great, like not having an elevator or maybe an older building or a bit of a dirtier place. Something like this, but that price range is more possible than the 10 to 20,000, as you saw. So now I've gone up to the last two between 30 and 40,000. Now, this first one is quite spacious. It's a 12th floor elevator building, but it'll still be slightly older building. It's 2 bedrooms. You're allowed a pet, 1 living room, 1 bathroom. Now, this is under 1 kilometer from Daan. So the location is within the parameters I set myself for this search. Let's just actually check the location. It may be near Renai Hospital. Okay, right. So here, it's just a little bit further north. Okay. So if we go to the MRT map, it's around here. You're right in the middle of great downtown area, bars, restaurants, shops. You name it, you got it in this area right here. Okay. So there is Daan Park as well. Beautiful park. Okay. If you like running or exercising or cycling or whatnot. So let's have a look. It looks like though, for this price, it is not furnished, which is a bummer. I'm just checking to see if there's any maintenance management. Yes, there's a management fee of 1,750 NT a month. It includes 24-hour management and garbage collection. So when you don't have a management fee, there's no property management. It means you have to wait for the garbage truck outside on the roadside. So not furnished. So you're going to spend a bit of money furnishing this out, but it has got the space. It is an older building. It just looked a little bit dark, but it has got natural sunlight windows. The space is great. Location is great. If you need 2 bedrooms, okay? So this is just giving you an idea, and you can kind of gauge if you need 1 bedroom, maybe it's going to be a little bit less. If you want a newer building, maybe it's going to be a little bit more. If you want something in the middle, then you can get a price something around this. The air conditioning units look new. Living room's got a good space. Actually, yeah, we're still on the living room. All the rooms look the same. There's the bedroom. Okay, natural sunlight. Sorry, that's an older air conditioning unit. Okay, so that's something to check as well. How old or new, because the older ones can use more electricity. Not bad sunlight for the bedroom though. It looks like that's another bedroom, possibly. Wardrobe, built-in wardrobes. Oh no, that was the same bedroom. Here's the second bedroom, okay? So we've got a little window here, but it looks clean enough. That is an older air conditioning unit. It's not the best one, okay? So it is an old building. These are little things to look out for again. big kitchen area, but it's an old building. Now you can see, look, there's your kitchen space. It will have gas for the cooker. So it's not a hot plate with electric, but there's lots of space. And you have got, like you can see, the outdoor balcony, good for washing, drying your clothes. They haven't got a washing machine, so that's something you'd have to buy. Just other things to look out for. Old-fashioned bathroom, so you are stepping into the bath, you need a shower curtain. Not an attractive bathroom, but for the space, the location, the price, depending on your budget, you might think, for that price, I want a newer building. Then you're going to have to move away from this area, this location. For this location, it's an old building. It has got an elevator. You got the space, but it's not furnished. Okay. So there's that one. And then I chose this one for the last one because it just looks a little bit more furnished. However, it's not a new building. So that's what I'm saying, where it's give or take. And it's it's nearly £1,000 a month for this old building just because they've put some IKEA wallpaper up or painting up and flooring or whatever. But hey, look, this is Taipei. I'm sorry. It's a 4-floor building, and it's a 4th floor from the 4th floor building. It's right next to the Science and Technology building again. Right next to it. Right next to it. There you go. So location-wise is mega. Like you can even walk or cycle to Daan, and right behind you is Daan Park. Beautiful, beautiful. So location again is superb. It's whether or not you want to pay this kind of money for an old building what's just been plastered over. Is that a really long TV, or maybe the angle trying to make the room look longer than it is? But look, it is nicely furnished. Yeah, there you go. It's not a huge space for the price. They have got new everything, new air conditioning unit, nice cute little desk. I think that's a large new refrigerator. Okay. This is what a lot of homeowners are trying to do in Taipei. Get an old building, plaster it over, and then charge quite a high amount for it. But the location is super. It looks like you have a window, but not the best natural sunlight unless it's later on in the day. New air conditioning unit, new wardrobes, nice little desk. Yep, there's another view. Is that the same? No, 2 bedrooms. There you go. So the living room isn't huge, but you have got 2 bedrooms with 2 windows, and everything's new and plush. Older building, you do have to walk up 4 flights of stairs, but everything's done out nice. So you can actually move in there. It's a nice feeling, and you got that little bit of living space. So if you do want to live with 2 people, you got 2 bedrooms, and you can split the cost and pay 20,000 each. And yes, it has a walk-in shower, not a brown stained, yellowy stained bathroom with a bath. What you got to step your leg over. The shower's really nice. There you go. So that is more livable. So as you can see, some of them are a little bit hit and miss. It just gives you an idea of a different range and the weird and wonderful variables what may come into play. Remember, you can get a little bit further away, pay a little bit less, get a better building or better room with a clean mattress, or you can get in these locations right in the mix of it and be paying premium price for not a huge building, but something like that last one. If there are 2 of you and you don't mind sharing a place with them, 20,000 each, that'd be a beautiful location for sure. Thanks for watching. Watch all the other videos and playlists right here.